sunk an enemy destroyer.
Hey team, this is Rip here. You guys are doing fantastic. I got a fun video with the Druid here. Again, one of my favorite destroyers and how to be successful in the destroyers at tier 10 at randoms these days. As always, before we begin, like, subscribe button below. Appreciate the supporters of the channel. If you see value what we're doing here, like, subscribe bell and hit those buttons below. We can't thank you guys enough for your support. And as always, if you see me out there, make sure you say hello. You guys are very friendly, and let's make this a better place. All right, so let's get right to it. How do we learn how to be a good destroyer player in World of Warships today? And I'm playing a little fast speed here, so it's not to bore you. I don't like randoms as much anymore, as you can tell by my previous videos. I do like the new Unbreakable line where you respawn. It's like Call of Duty meets World of Warships kind of thing. But, you know, you can still have fun in randoms, and you just got to learn how to play, you know, more to your... not play style, but how to be the most effective manner and effective and efficient manner of using your ship, especially in the destroyer gameplay. And this is just kind of reviewing and seeing, again, what are the roles that, why do I like destroyers so much? Because there are so many roles you can play, and you are really, really impactful in the game. So first off, we're in tier 10 Druid, just guns only. It allows me to focus on one thing and one thing only, just guns. And you don't have to really think about torpedoes. I think a lot of people just want to just use the torpedoes, and I think that that's fun. Yeah, it's great if it's fun for you. However, this is a team sport here, and you got to realize that sometimes torpedoes are, you know, not always the most effective manner in order to secure a battle. Because why? Most of the time, as you can see, a lot of these guys I'm going up against are the torpedo destroyers, and you can see they're not as effective because all they do is just give a wall of torpedoes, and they got to wait about 2 to 3 minutes for the recharge, and then that's it. I mean, you can't really do too much in an efficient and effective manner. Shimakaze has to wait for a reload of torpedoes after he launches all of them at me, and look, why launch torpedoes at a destroyer? Because I'm just going to see him and dodge him, right? And you just wasted your entire thing. Most Shimakaze players don't like firing their guns for some reason, and that's where I come in. I like firing my guns, so why not? So as a good destroyer player, one, you're spotting. That's the first step. You want your players can't hit what they can't see, so that's why I'm far forward here. Don't go too far forward, just like in Call of Duty. You don't want to go into spawn camping and just being that annoying guy, but you're also going to get a focus down by everybody. Number 2 is you want to also cap, which is what our Smallin at Charlie did. And then number 3 is you want to hunt down their destroyer that is likely going to do the opposite to you and to your team. So, and vice versa. You don't want them to have that advantage because they're doing the exact same thing. So the best thing I can do right now is hunt down this Shimakaze player, but oh, whoa, I have to make a command decision here. I'm not going to be able to go against a Conqueror, so we're not going to waste our health and everything going against a 80,000 hit point Conqueror, but we can do a little bit of chip damage and, you know, at least take something off his hull while using the Shimakaze's smoke. I love using other enemy players' smoke. It's pretty fun. It's free. And then now I'm going to run away. Now, Shimakaze, definitely you have to know this. That's why I put all the stats on the right here to see what kind of things do my opponents have. The biggest one is the Shimakaze outspots me by 5.6, and I'm only at 6.5. So he outspots me greatly. So I'm not going to even mess around with that. We're going to go back. See, he already outspots me. So I'm going to go back to Charlie Cap and regroup and reassess. I don't like Shimakaze spotting me for free, so I'm going to pop the smoke and just hide my retreat and get back to where can I be the most effective right now. I'm not going under spawn. I'm helping my Smallin out, shooting. There's a Shimakaze player, like I told you about. Now, how good is he and effective right now, being in the back with no shooting of guns and just dodging? I mean, how effective can you be as a good destroyer player in that role? And you're getting shot at by 2 guys, especially a Smallin and a Druid. Not a very fair fight right there. So again, look at that. Everybody's shooting at me. Now, that's another good thing about being a good destroyer player is you want to draw fire. By drawing fire, you literally have a... you're taking, first of all, shots away from your friendlies. That means your friendlies are not losing HP to the enemy team. And then you're also wasting a shot of the enemy team on you. And most likely, they're going to miss at a destroyer because why? Destroyers at long range are really difficult to hit. I mean, a lot more difficult than hitting a big battleship, right? And look at that. I mean, look at my... This is why I don't like randoms there. Look at our Wisconsin in reverse into a mountain behind an entire island not being spotted. That is exactly why I don't like this mode anymore. Guys, play Unbreakable Line more. Try to get the Wargaming to bring tier 10 to Unbreakable Line, and you'll have a lot more fun doing that rather than watching Wisconsins and Salems hiding behind islands. I don't think that's very engaging. Why even play the game, you know? Again, I get off my horse about that. Anyways, a good destroyer player is now going to reassess the battlefield. Where are you needed? Smallin is doing a good job because he's got the radar to kind of screen for the Shimakaze, pushing the battleships away to the J line. And then we, as a good destroyer player, are going to take Bravo Cap, meanwhile keeping our guns facing forward. Makes basically spotting and keeping the cruisers at bay. We want to keep that petro and radar cruisers at bay. You don't want them to take free, free reign of the field. And you also want to take out the radars as fast as you can. So that's another good thing as a good destroyer player. Take out their radar cruisers, take out their firepower, spot the battleships for your battleships to shoot at, take the caps, spot for other destroyers, spot other ships, spot for and screen for torpedoes. So your friendlies in the back that are always in the back for some reason, they can avoid the torpedoes and not take unnecessary damage. So look what we're doing here. We're capping Bravo cap, okay? Now, I've always said don't give up, because just because you think you're going to win the game, in World of Warships, I've seen so many blowouts where people just throw the game, and literally 2 players on the other opposing team can literally mop up the whole floor with everybody on your team and all of a sudden start winning. Look, our small one goes down right there. Didn't have to throw his ship away to that. So now we're going to see who can we engage now. We're probably going to help Alpha Cap and take it. Now we have the Alvaro de Bazan over there, as well as the Svea, which is also my favorite, Ragnar/cruiser. It's like you got Ragnar on steroids, but in cruiser form, and it has a Citadel now. So we actually eat Citadels for lunch, so I like that about the Druid. It gives the ability to Citadel a lot of light cruisers, and the firepower, the reload rate is excellent. It's got the quick smoke, so the British line, and heals as well. All right, let's see if we can take out this Alvaro de Bazan. Any destroyer we take off the field helps out our team greatly. Now, let's see. He's probably going to... Yeah, let's see if my Austin over there can keep him hydroed. Unfortunately, he cannot keep him hydroed. Let me see how much... Nope, he can't. Oops, sorry, wrong button there. All right, so nobody's helping, nobody's spotting for it. We're literally the only destroyer left, and that means we have to stay alive. Because why? Without us, nobody's going to spot for our team, and that's why the biggest complaint, the big battleships in the back are saying, oh, nobody's spotting for me. Well, exactly. That's why I'm teaching you guys right now as a good destroyer player, spot for your team. Because remember, I always taught for my clan, as it's not always about you. It's about your other teammates that have more guns than you do. So, yeah. So, don't let me be greedy about it, but let me actually support my enemy, my friendlies, that is, by spotting the enemy team. So if I spot the enemy team, there are more friendlies on my side that have bigger guns than me, so why not help them out? Now, I have a problem here. Sevilla smoked up and probably has radar, so I got to get the crap out of here. I am not going to linger. I know he's probably going to radar me in a minute here because he's going, hey, Alpha Cap is being... yep, there it is. Alpha Cap's being taken, and something's in it. Let me pop the radar. So here it is. There are the guns from the Sevilla. Oh, and he came out of his smoke. Now watch this. Druid is great at citadeling light cruisers. Here we go. Come on, there's one. There's 2. Keep the... Look at that. It just melts light cruisers for lunch, man. It just loves it. Come on, keep it going. If I can take the Sevilla out, it'll really, really help my team out. Come on, baby. And there it is. We take out the Sevilla. It's actually one of my favorite kind of cruiser/destroyers because it's like a Ragnar on steroids. Anyways, we got to get out of the cap. We don't want to take unnecessary damage. Remember, we are the last destroyer, and they have 3 destroyers. So, like I've always said, if you have the most destroyers on your team, most likely your odds of winning are greatly increased. So, the odds are stacked against our favor right now. Even though we have a lot of battleships, the problem is they have more destroyers. And I've always said destroyer is the backbone of this game, and they can all work together and go cap every single point. Remember, this game is still based on objectives, which is, look, Charlie and Bravo cap are being capped by what? The destroyers, and none of my team is actually helping me do anything about it. So I guess, well, I got to get this one destroyer out. Let's see if we can knock one and help our team out, and he goes down. Way to go, Austin there. Now, let's see if we can take out... This is kind of wasted. Yamato sitting back in reverse. That's great, right? Battleship players. All right, so let's go back to the Bravo cap here. Now, we have to really be very cautious here. We do not want to throw our ship away, okay? So we got to really think about this. How are we going to take down this Conqueror, and how are we going to take out the last destroyer in this area? Regalo and Shimakaze. I'm assuming the Shimakaze went back to Charlie. So the only guy left is the Regalo, probably, right? They're both in the last known position was down here. So that's why blowing up the minimap is very, very important. If you haven't learned that by now, blow up this minimap so you can see where is everybody, okay? Also have your hydro up if you're in the smoke, so now you can screen for torpedoes, so that's a bad thing. So I got to get out of dodge here. Oh, and I'm also spotted, which means there's a destroyer in my area, so I got to go straight ahead, full speed. I'll probably hit his detection eventually somewhere along the lines. And there it is. He was broadside, so it takes him forever to basically accelerate. And meanwhile, full broadside is my favorite thing to see in a Druid. There it is. He goes down. Slam on the brakes, nose in, because he probably launched torpedoes at us. Always thinking about the next thing. After you kill somebody, think about what is the next objective. Hey, is he going to torp me? Go nose in. Is someone else firing at me? Slam on the brakes. Now, somebody else is firing at me. Wait for detection to go undetected or pop smoke. So you really have to throw off everybody's shot right now because everybody's looking at you, and that's exactly why, being a destroyer player, you really got to keep your head on a swivel, know your surroundings, and now we got to reassess and reevaluate, okay, how are we going to get this Conqueror out of this cap? Be patient. There is no rush. Looking up at the top, when you have these, if you have Azlane's mods, definitely have these win timers up here, so it lets you know who is currently winning right now at the moment. So it actually affects your decision making. Do I need to press? Do I need to retreat? Right now, I need to kill this Conqueror. So what I'm going to do is wait for my smoke. He's far forward enough that I can shoot and not be detected. So pop smoke right here, and we're going to help our friendlies right now and shoot superstructure. I know my guns will not pin his guns or bow, so we'll shoot right in the superstructure, and it's going to do significant damage right there. There it is. Nice juicy damage. Takes him out. Help my team out right there. Conqueror goes down. Now we're going to push the objective. We've got to take Bravo cap now, now we are in win condition, so we have 3 kills, 50,000 damage now. Oh man, we lost the Yamato. See, never ever give up because you don't know where your team could throw this away. All right, Montana, we're going to wait for him to fire. When he fires, that's our moment to shoot because we know he's got a long reload time. So, all right, so we have Libertad helping us out. Wait for the Montana to fire. Wait for him to fire. There's his fire. Okay, now we have 30-second window to shoot and melt this guy. 16k health, but don't worry, Druid melts things like butter. Here it is. Come on, baby. Nice, juicy armor on the side. And if we kill him, we could take the cake here. And boom. There it is. Splash 4, 61,000 damage. And we take the cap. And that's how you secure the win right there. So, again, it's all about being patient, being literally methodical. Think about this. Think it through. Be patient. Wait till the enemy actually makes a mistake. And you don't have to throw away your ship. Again, like I said, you have to really focus on the destroyers because the destroyer really is the key component of the game. You notice that keeping me alive costs the enemy team dearly right there. So that is my tactics, tips, and success right there. As always, hope you enjoyed the video. Like, subscribe, button below. Appreciate all the supporters of the channel. If you see me out there, make sure you say hello. And as always, you guys stay safe, and we'll talk to you soon. Cheers. Build B at the end of the video as well.